Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. I hope that you guys are doing okay. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, but definitely hit the like button. Today, I wanted to talk about um, why people feel like Key Glock lined Dolph up. Now, we all know about young Dolph's untimely death and how he was heinously gunned down. And, there have been speculations about everybody. I think, but when people don't know, they tend to, I think some people honestly just don't take people off of the table um, because they honestly don't know. But of course, in the young Dolph's case, there have been so many evils. There's so many medias that are being paid by the people that actually took him out. Um, and not only are they being paid by the people that took him out to try and redirect, you know, um, I guess the focus, they're also being paid to destroy his legacy, right? Okay, they're being paid to do that, of course. It's a lot of evils that's going on this internet, but a change gonna come. I love listening to that Sam Cooke song. I know a change is gonna come, right? So you just have to hold your peace and let that play out too, right? And so, but a lot of people feel like, there have been a lot of people that have felt like that Key Glock lined off up. Now, where that came from, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like a lot of stuff. I don't really question because people can feel how they want to feel. You know, I just have an issue when people think that they can dissect what I feel or control what I feel. That pisses me off, right? And I think I've always said from day one that I support his artists. I knew early on that his artists, they all were looked at because everybody was looked at, to include family members. And I knew early on that his artist was eliminated. Okay. And I think the focus now is on Key Glock. So miss me with that. I'm trying to control my temper on this one. Cause see, I started thinking about when people think that they dusty asses can control what I feel and say. And it sends a fire through my bone, okay? But with Key Glock, you know, why people feel like he was involved, I don't know. I think people have focused in on him because he was mostly up under young Dolph, right? He was up under Dolph, and I'm sure Dolph had him up under him for a reason. Key Glock seemed to have been hungry. He probably was easy, he wasn't out in the streets like the rest of them was. And I'm sure he was more manageable. You know what I mean? Especially if he was hungry, right? I think they're all doing a good job now, but you know, other than people being paid to change the narrative, and I know this, but there's no laws against it. I don't know why. You know, people feel like Key Glock had anything to do with it other than um people are, there are a lot of people just jealous of his success. That's it, that's all. I always say that we as people people love success, but they hate on successful people, right? And so if I had thought, and I always say this because it's the truth, if I knew that they had anything to do with it or there was some shadiness within his camp, I would not be as supportive as I am if they had not, if I didn't know they had been eliminated. But Key Clark definitely had nothing. He definitely did not line Dolph up. He did not. I think with success comes a lot of hate and evil. Um, And I think that is what is happening with him. And then on the other hand, I think that the people that did this to young Dolph, right? Um, they hated him so much. They want to destroy every single thing that remains of him. And Key Glock is a product of him. He helped to build that brand, and even with his other artists, he did. Even though they had a buzz, some of them, Dolph, they're known because of right? Because of young Dolph. And so whatever is gaining momentum and Key Glock, they're afraid, I believe, that Key Glock is going to shoot straight up, just like Dolph did. Dolph was able to go around a lot of hurdles because he knew how to make his own money. He was smart like that. And I think that they feared that with Key Glock, even though Key Glock is a lot younger, you know, um, I think Dolph had a hunger like never before, you know, um, especially early on. He had that hunger, he had a vision. And I think now with what is going on with young Dolph, because I was looking at a Key Glock's page the other day, his Instagram, and it was Dolph's birthday, and he was like, "Happy birthday to my other half." Um, I paid close attention to how Key Glock was barely posting, and then when he started posting again, you know, or when he would show a picture, I could tell that that young man was in a depression, right? So I would listen to people say, well, Key Glock ain't saying nothing. That's a form of guilt. Why ain't he saying something about his OG? Okay, when he was quiet, Key Glock ain't putting out no music. He ain't want to rap anyways. That's the reason why he took Dolph out. So then when he finally started making some noise, people go, well, he just want to be Dolph. He lined Dolph up. So I don't, nothing he does, I don't believe will ever sit right with anybody. But I was told that they had nothing to do with it. you know Normally the people around you are the first ones. And I think I was saying that one time before, that even when they were being looked at, everybody knew, where the direction that it came from. Because I was one of the ones that was saying too, I wonder why, these young men are consistently, why they're stuck on this when they should, consistently be on that. How people, how we think, right? um but Key Glock had nothing to do with Dawes' murder. And I know a lot of people probably, I don't know, I think it is becoming almost like an obsession where people want him to, but he didn't. He had nothing to do with it. Like I said, if I felt like he had anything to do with it, I would not be as supportive. I guess there's always room for error, but like I said, I don't see where he's had anything to do with it. And the people that investigated it didn't see where he had anything to do with it, and still have not been able to see where he had anything to do with his murder, right? So why people feel like he lined Dolph up, I think it's because of his success. It's unfortunate how people kind of go crazy, when they allow that jealousy demon to rise up in them, or whatever their issues are. But I believe it has a lot to do with a lot of these people that have been put out here and hired to destroy anything that remains of young Dolph. I don't really think it's about his artist. I think it's just about destroying anything that he built, anything that remains of him, just blacking it completely out, because that's normally what oppressors do. Just like they blacked out our history. I think about, and the reason I could say that is because I think about like how with reliving with the foundation that my dad started, and us just kind of reliving, um keeping the legacy alive with this African American lady who was an activist in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. and she was strong and bold, and she really just raised hairs on the back of people's heads because she barred none, right? And what they did was, because they couldn't stand her, they tried to black her out of history so that nobody could ever know about what she did. They don't want African American women looking up to Cornelia Crenshaw, knowing that there was a black woman in Memphis that did so many great things. They don't know, they don't want people to know that a black woman is the reason why, that we're able to enjoy the benefits of making partial payments on our light bills. She got out and fought for that by herself, because black people were sitting in the dark because they could not pay a full light bill. And she got out and fought like gas and water on her own, using her own money, and won. And so now people are benefiting from the sweat, her sweat and tears, and they black her out of history, because they don't want African American women to know that you can be that bold and strong and poised and keep your clothes on and get things done if you continuously be proactive. And this is the same thing that's going on in Young Dolph's situation. They fear that Key Glock is going to rise up because he was up under Dolph all the time and continue his legacy. They continue that. And I do believe if Lil Trey Trey was a little older, they would be coming at him too. They just feel like because he's still pretty much a baby, that he is not a threat to them. This is how evil a lot of these people are. This is how evil they are. And I think that the people that take money to spread this, a lot of the people that's on this social media that's taking money is other anyway. They don't give a damn about no black people anyways. A lot of these medias that you see, they'll go and link up with these cuckabug heads, and that the feds get ready to get. But they couldn't give a damn anyways, because they've never cared anything about our community. And so it does nothing to them to try and destroy a black man, because they don't like black people anyways. Okay? They don't like them anyways. Us anyways. Okay? So I think more so too that Dolph's artists are just casualty. You got a job to do, destroy everything that remains of him, because we don't ever want any black people to know that there's a blueprint, that there's a recipe, and to follow Dolph's recipe and cut out the slave owners. You got cuckabug heads that help to line up black men like Dolph. And if Key Glock look like he's going to go in that direction, and he's got that strength, he's got that mindset, of course they want to destroy him because they fear him even before he gets there. He already get good numbers and things of that nature. So I think they just want to destroy him, and because they fear him, they know he didn't line Dolph up here. They know damn well that the motherfuckers that's paying them to spread their propaganda did it. Okay, they know who was paying them. They know who's paying them, and they know that they have a job to do. So even if it's unspoken, they know if they've been paid to do a job to destroy some people, to destroy Dolph's artist and his legacy, that if a person has an interest in something like that, then they're more than likely the ones that probably has something to do with his demise. But a lot of these ones that's doing it, even though you see some of these black folks doing it, it's a lot of black people that's on social media right now that's being paid to really act like that they for him, but they never was. Okay, they was never for him, ever. Okay, I was talking to somebody. I talk to somebody all the time, especially since this stuff is going on, and it's a shame what people do. But there's nothing, there are no laws against, okay, misleading people. But there are laws against what they're doing to try to push that propaganda. And that is that hacking, that which that ain't even worth talking about because that's being handled, you know. But these are all the evils that's going on. And so when people go that far, it leads me to believe that whoever is hiring them, they got to know that these people more than likely had something to do with Young Dolph's death. And they know damn well that Key Glock and them did not. Okay? That they did not. So why people feel that way also is because of what they hear too. I was talking about some of these medias, okay? And the reason they get so mad at me is because they know I got credibility, right? They know I do. They know I know the truth. And so they've gotten together, some of these men with some of these foreigners, okay, that's on YouTube behind a lot of these pages that's being paid by the people that did this to Dolph, that the FBI gonna be visiting soon. Okay. They go, well, if we can put out the same information, still act like we're going at each other, we're ops or whatever, but we still put out the same information that makes us look more credible. The problem is we got that little chocolate chick in Memphis that know the truth because she with them folks. She know them people. So if we can try and violate her and harass her and run her off of YouTube, which ain't gonna happen, they'll be gone before me, and that's a promise. I can put that on my life. Okay. But if we can run her off, we can continuously trick the people. Okay. Even though we playing like we're ops, we don't know each other. We put out the same propaganda because a lot of them being paid by the same people. And then the people will believe our crap, y'all. This is what's going on. And this is why their artists, his artists are being destroyed. And Key Glock is a target because he's one of the ones that's at the forefront. He's really, you know, I wouldn't say taking Dolph's place, but he's been put out there. And I'm sure that's what Dolph wanted. Okay. That's why he had him up under him. Okay. So it's a number of reasons why people feel that way. But the thing about it is I'm really happy that his artists have been quiet because this right here ain't gonna last. The truth is coming out anyways. It's already starting to come out. And so what people would try to do is they try to twist the truth. Well, they had know that them boys, you can't even damn talk. Spit and shit running all down their chin, snot running all out their nose, just pathetic. They had no that them boys, them kids, a lot of them went to damn fucking school together. They lived around the same neighborhoods. So just because you know somebody, you might have been cordial or cool with somebody that when it did something to your boss, it's your fault that somebody decided to line your boss up and do something to him. I mean, is it my fault if one of my cousins and they bad as hell decide to go do something crazy because they do crazy stuff all the time? Is it my fault because it's my cousin? It's not. It's not. So there are a number of reasons, you guys, that first of all, there's an agenda being pushed. Okay? There's an agenda that's being pushed. Okay? And it is to destroy anything that remains of young Dolph. And I can't get over these damn nappy neck, cuckabug head Negroes. Okay? Who would support something. Whereas people are trying to destroy because they don't ever want us or anybody else to be liberated financially. Because Dolph represented financial liberation, whether y'all want to believe it or not. He represented not being chained like the slaves. Okay? And a lot of these cuckabug heads that are sharky and these others show don't give a damn about us. A lot of them are getting into the music industry, these Arabics and these Hispanics and things of that nature. So they showing a fuck don't Dolph don't serve them no purpose. They sure want anything that he may have put out into the atmosphere destroyed. And if Key Glock carries that, they want him destroyed because that's gonna cut them out. Okay. And I can't understand these cuckabug heads that's working with them. And a lot of them call themselves are in the damn music industry. You work with us to keep your people oppressed. If you went to a damn Arabic with some money and said, in other words, you work with me to take these people out that's teaching the recipe in our community, I'm gonna give you a bag. They're gonna get their goddamn machete and chase you out of their house. They're gonna get their machete and get to trying to cut at your neck. Okay? To get you up out their house. Because they're not gonna destroy their community for a bunch of people that they don't care for anyways. That they only use to be escorted into our communities to hijack them. Who's closer to black than a Hispanic? Okay? But they don't think a lot of black people, unless they screwing a black man, is taking care of them. I'm just being real. Okay? But they're not going to let a black person come and into their be escorted into their Tejano music and things of that nature. First of all, they ain't gonna support no black person that's singing no Tejano music or nothing. They hijack the R&B. They're not gonna let you hijack their stuff. But they're not going to let you come into their escort you into their community to destroy anything that their people got going on. But a cuckabug head, on the other hand, is something that's a totally different damn animal. They'll let anybody come in and hijack, grinning with no damn teeth in their head, as long as it's not a black person. A black person start elevating, oh, we got to kill them. They ain't giving us none. They just think that they something. But they escort everybody else in. Well, you know, they had always had everything. Give it to them with a grin. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff behind. It's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. So y'all just gotta keep your eyes open and I'm like I said, I don't tell no lies now. There are a lot. I'm a lot. I might be quite a few things, but one thing that I'm not a liar, and I'm not a liar because I'm not a coward. And not being a liar is probably what has gotten me in trouble throughout my life. You know, but for telling the truth, because I just rather tell the truth. You know, and because ain't nobody gonna be holding nothing over my head. They're just not going to. So I just rather, okay, okay, and be done with it. And with this situation with young Dolph, it's just so much devilish stuff that is going on that it don't make no sense. You know, like I said, it's one thing when people have their own opinions about stuff. That's cool. It's another thing though when people get mad. Okay, um at you for not feeling like they feel. They get mad at you because they mad because I'm supporting pre like they own me. I got problems with that, and I done told y'all that now. You don't have no problems with me supporting nobody because you don't own me. Just like I don't own nobody. Okay. But my children, and they got their own life, they're mine. Okay. So a lot of the reasons people feel like Key Glock lined off up is number one because there's a lot of jealousy and hate. Number two, because of this fake propaganda that is being promoted across this internet. Okay. And that's what it is. Because Key Glock had nothing to do with lining Dolph up. The people that lined Dolph up, it ain't changed. Okay. It was the same people that always tried to line him up. You know, if people really want to know the truth, it wouldn't be hard to figure out, but most people know the damn truth. They got that money, they got them crumbs generating. They crumbs too. But the crimes that these people are committing to try to push this propaganda ain't gonna be worth it. These felonies that they've committing over this internet. Okay. But anyways, you guys, please hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. I know we got into a lot of stuff on that, but there are a number of generic reasons why they feel like Key Glock, lined Dolph up. And if they sitting up still talking about what Key Glock knew straight drop, they went to school together. Why wouldn't he know him? Why wouldn't he know him? Do y'all think that he could control what straight drop was gonna do? From my understanding, if you look at straight drops IG, he was slick mad at them about they had not even been fooling with each other for a couple years. And people can not fool with each other and see each other and be cordial, right? Straight dropping them did this because of saltiness and because of being paid. Okay. And it had nothing to do with Key Glock. He had no way of knowing that this was gonna happen. Okay. But anyways, you guys, like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to support the channel, you can do it via Cash App, or you can hit the button at the bottom that says thanks. Talk to you later.